All right, impressive baristas. This is the video about steaming milk. And there's a saying that I have in my head when I was starting to master milk, and that is vortex, rip it, dip it. Easy to remember, I hope. And I will hopefully make that make more sense here. All right, and again, you have a nice handy dandy chart to go by. And on the top of this chart shows how much milk to go in each pitcher. And I want to take a nice solid minute and talk about how much milk goes into a pitcher. I can't give you the exact amount because some days shots pull a little slow. Some days shots pull fast. That's going to be an ounce there. Sometimes people get extra sweet. That will be another ounce there. And what we're talking about is, literally how much milk do you need to finish the drink. So you have the espresso put in here, and if you have only espresso, if it's a plain latte, then you're going to do probably straight up to that 8-ounce line or maybe a little more. So next to all of these, it says adjust accordingly. And just like the espresso grounds and the shots, the more you pay attention to each drink and make a little mental note, okay, I have a double sweet latte, I'm going to go a little less. When you do the drink, take a look at the pitcher, and if you have quite a bit of milk left, you could have gone even more, less. More or less. Okay. All right, so that's the pouring the milk in the pitchers. And this is a small pitcher. This is a medium pitcher. The ounces inside the pitchers, I believe that these two manufacturers had a different idea of what the ounces mean, because we measured it out and it was a little different than actual reality. So try not to think about the ounces and think about just the lines and numbers. So let's take the small pitcher is only used for our 12 ounce. That's the only one it's used for. The large pitcher and the 8 ounce, the 8 and 12 ounce. The medium pitcher, I said large, I meant medium. The medium pitcher is for the 16, 20, and 24 ounce. We only have 32 ounce in iced and cold. So our hot cups go to 24 ounce. And so it won't make sense if you look at the ounces, because it says for the 12 ounce you'll go to the 8 ounce line, but for the 16 ounce you go to the 7 ounce line. So it doesn't make any sense. So don't try to have it make sense. So inside this small pitcher you have, let's see if you can see it. Oh, you can see it. How fun is that? Okay, so do you see the 8 ounce line? Mm-hmm. Awesome. That is what you pour up to for a small, but you adjust accordingly. Okay. The medium-sized pitcher you use for everything else. And these lines are a lot further apart than the small pitcher. So there's even more like finesse wiggle room with the medium pitcher. So if you can find that 7 ounce line. Yep. And then also look for the 14 ounce line. Cool beans?
Yeah.
Awesome. So both the 20 ounce and the 24 ounce say to go to the 14 and adjust accordingly. When shots are pulling perfectly, going up to the 14 ounce line is perfect for a regular latte that doesn't have anything else added in it. So very rarely will you go all the way up to the 14. You will go below it. And It is super fast and easy to steam another ounce or two in these teeny tiny pitchers. So you want to err on the side of, this might not be enough milk. That's okay. You can quickly steam a little bit extra. We will go over in another video how Impressed Coffee Co. makes money, the structure of a restaurant and the percentage. But in a nutshell, one day maybe we'll make 10%, which a $5 latte, that's 50 cents. And milk is about 20 cents per ounce. So the second you dump out 2 ounces of milk, there goes the profit for that drink. So I know. Yeah. So waste is a super big thing. Waste definitely is something that breaks restaurants and makes them go under. Because it's a game of pennies. It totally is a game of pennies. But that's another video. We'll go into the details of that. Actually, let me help recover a little bit for that. So we'll go into it with another video. Don't stress too much, but know that the success of the business and the success for all of us here does include minimizing waste as much as possible. Cool beans. All right, back to steaming milk. All right, so we have talked about how much milk goes in pitchers. Now let's talk about the pitchers themselves for a second. They should be cold. So when we rinse them over here in the sink, we want to get them back to the fridge as soon as possible. I'm going to put a sticker over there of like, don't leave pitchers here. They want to go home. Bring them, let them go home. But it is because of the quality of the end product is affected by it. Okay, so step 2 says grab a thermometer and clear the water from the steam wand. I'm going to pause and talk more about cold pitchers and steaming milk in general. What we're doing when we're steaming milk is we're cooking it. And just like the crema in an espresso shot, we're cooking the fat in the milk. So if we cook it right, if we cook it evenly all the way through, it gets the degree of sweetness. So if you just stick the steaming wand in there and not really care where it goes, it's like having your steak hang off the side of the skillet. We want even cooking. So the reason we steam the way we do is evenly cooking the milk. And to have it be cold is also making it so that it cooks it better, you know. You cook, don't you? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can see all this understanding in your eyes. Every little nuance in cooking is, hugely effective. Mm-hmm. So same thing with drinks. We're essentially cooking people drinks. All right. So, okay, that is the why. Now let's do the how. Grab a cold pitcher, grab a thermometer, fill the milk. We're gonna do a small one, and I'm actually just gonna do water. And you're welcome to do this as much as you want to. You put just a tiny little drop of, so you can practice steaming all you want with a tiny little drop of dish soap, and it mimics the consistency of milk and the sounds and stuff really well. Okay. All right. So we are on step 2, and I'm seeing the video backwards. I wonder if the video is seeing this backwards. It probably is. That's okay. All right, grabbing the thermometer and the pitcher and filling it up to the correct mark. This is the 8-ounce mark. Okay, now we clear the wand. We clear the wand because the steam condensates in here and it starts to fill up with water. So if we don't clear it, then you're getting water into the milk, and we don't want that. Aw, got a customer on the packet. Okay, so now we're on to we have our thermometer, we have our pitcher, we have the right amount of milk, we have, I know. And then, come on over here. Okay, so the most important thing is the vortex, because having it spin around is like a convection oven, and that's what we want to achieve. When it's not vortexing, it's like gurgling and like turning over on itself, and it's a better way to cook it to vortex it. So when you're looking for that vortex, it's all about the angle. So when you find that magical angle, similar to finding the way that you do the portafilter and the shots, make a mental note. When I'm over here, oh good, you can see me. I put the steaming wand all the way over on the side. Yes. Yes. I put the steaming wand all the way over here on the side, and I put the pitcher so that it's facing straight at my face. And that's my cues in my head of what I do to get the vortex the best as possible. Side note, I've steamed thousands of pitchers of milk, and I still struggle to vortex every single time. So every time it will be, hey, where is it? Where is it? To find that vortex and then hold it. So that's the next thing, is when you do find the swirl, it looks like a whirlpool. When you find that, you stay there. And that's the step 2 of rip it. So you find the vortex, and then the ripping sounds like tearing of paper. And you just do it a few times. Oftentimes you'll be ripping while you're looking for the vortex. So if you get a vortex right away, then you rip it maybe 3-4 times. If you struggle to find the vortex, you probably won't rip it anymore. The more you rip it, the more foam you're making. And the third step is dip it, because it's not dunk it. So you just want the very top tip of the steam wand in the milk. So like dipping your toe in. It's a dip, not a dunk. If we dunk, we're gonna start gurgling, we're gonna not be swirling. You just want the very tip in there, and you want it in the center of the vortex. Okay. So, ooh, this stuff, this is the first time I've tried this soap. I like it. It even kind of looks like milk. You'll notice that a lot of us baristas will get the vortex going, and then we'll grab the thermometer. Right? Is that what you do? Yeah. Okay. And then always wipe the thermometer, wipe the steaming wand, return the steaming wand, clear the steaming wand. And steam to the point where it hits the red, and then stop. So you'll steam just past 140, and I say that because this little one just has 140 to 160 in red. So you'll stop as soon as it passes the 140 on this one, and on this one you'll stop right when it hits the red.
Okay.
Oh, did you do decaf? Did you want decaf? Yeah. I know. Okay. Wow, this is really exciting. You can practice and practice and practice. I found this online, the trick. Okay. Hey. Okay, the next step is to always use a spoon to control the foam. When you finish steaming, you get it down on the counter and you're going to tap it to release the larger air bubbles in the foam. And then you kind of swirl, and stirring is the name of the game with our drinks. You want to really give it a good stir when you have the sauce in there. The Schmidt is one that doesn't get stirred enough sometimes. I am going to let this be a part 1 and a part 2, and I'm going to let Katie finish making Rick's dad's drink, and we'll be right back.